All right, it says we're live. So welcome back, everybody. It is December the 31st. How the year has already flown.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, December 31st. Hey, by the way, you got your volume
I
down?
know, sorry.
December 31st, 2023. It's about to be officially over. 2024 is going to kick off. How are you going to celebrate New Year's Eve tonight? You going to watch the ball drop?
No.
Yeah, we're not. We are
Worked
exhausted.
hard. Worked
We've
hard.
been traveling the last 3 days. Just got home a little while ago. Very late Christmas get togethers. We had so many get togethers this year. We had to do some very early and some after the holidays. So bear with us. I'm foggy headed and exhausted. We weren't going to have a live stream tonight, and there was a New Year's Eve get together, but the flu or whatever the heck it is running around here like crazy. People are sick. So we're not going to the get together. Thought we'd have a live stream, and because we've been traveling, we're exhausted. We're not going to that get together either.
No, we're
We,
gonna rest
we've
up and
been
get
to
ready for more traveling.
Yes, we've been to enough, and yeah, we've got more stuff this week, more stuff all next week. Oh my goodness, this has been a mad rush since what, October?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow,
Pretty much.
wow, this year's flew by. Absolutely flew by. So happy New Year's, everybody. If you're celebrating it tonight out and about, be safe. And if you're celebrating it like us, enjoy laying in the bed when the ball drops and the new year happens. We'll wake up and experience 2024 tomorrow.
Yes.
So let's get started. First and foremost, we're live. I always like to say this. So if you're watching this back later, by all means, leave a comment and we do our best to respond to them, but we may not be live because people all the time, hey, asking me this, that, and the other. I'm like, I'm in bed. It's 2 a.m. We're not live right here. So I like to say that at the beginning of these. So ask your questions. If you're new, let us know. Welcome. Like I said, we just decided to throw this live stream together. As y'all can see, we're not cooking.
Yeah, we had a late lunch and been traveling, so
Yeah, so not happening tonight. Like I said, we weren't even going to have it, but we did not want to skip too many live streams in a row. We haven't had one, what, the last week or two? I guess it's been for sure
mhm.
not last week, maybe the week before. And we're not going to have one again next weekend, y'all. We're traveling again. Y'all know that we're heading out to Vegas for the CES show, and we've talked about that. So we won't be here. I guess well, we do have some family staying. I guess we could set the cameras up for them and see if they want to do a live
Right?
stream for y'all. So,
Yeah.
yep, sorry, we're going to have to skip another one next Sunday. But after that, I think life's going to get back to normal.
Yeah, hopefully.
We can be home, we can start creating more content, and we can start doing more consistent live streams right there. So, Miss Lee says, Mani Petty, what's the excuse tonight? The excuse is I have been nowhere to have a Mani Petty. We've been doing Christmas get togethers and traveling. So, and it's not going to happen in Vegas because we're not going
I
all the way to
know.
Vegas. She
I was
brought it
like,
up.
let's just get it done in Vegas.
I'm
We
not going all
probably
the way to
have some.
Vegas for a Mani
Well,
Petty.
we'll
I can do
probably
that
have some
here.
spare time on our hands and getting you away from here on all the projects
Shame
is kind of
on
hard.
us for having spare time out there. We need to be going and finding something to do. We've done already booked some shows, and we're actually going to meet maybe one or two of y'all while we're out there. Then we got the big CES show to go to. It's supposed to be like 100 and something thousand attendees. They're thinking over the few days, and we're going to be doing a product launch with the company out there. So should be interesting. But I'm already looking forward to getting back because I am exhausted and I want to get some work done. I want to get some content out. People are already today saying, "Hey, where's the content?" Like, finally, big projects going on, all this
Yeah,
traveling.
this gate kicked his butt. He was working really hard to get
It
it
didn't
out.
kick my butt. It just
Well, I mean, to get it done.
it took several days of
Yeah.
doing, and I can't record the other content. But to go ahead and forewarn y'all, 2024, we're revamping the channel. We're gonna make some changes. We're going big, or we're going broke this year, so to speak. We're gonna kind of cater more to a lot of more interesting content, and it's gonna be more involved. We're probably going to produce less content because of that. We're still gonna include some occasional day-to-day stuff, but if you want to grow in this industry, you've got to constantly be fresh and do stuff. And I think we're going to try to get into more of the DIY stuff and introduce some new stuff to the channel that we think y'all are going to be really excited about. We're really excited to share it with you. So once we get back from Vegas, we're going to start working on some really cool stuff around here, and y'all will see it. And then it looks like just about everybody on here tonight's a member now. We're going to start giving some sneak peeks out to some members as well. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I got something I can do right now. YouTube gave me the option to gift some memberships. It does not let me
Ah,
pick the people, and I can only do 10 a month, but I'm going to go ahead and gift 5 out now. Let's see how this works. And we'll do another 5
all
memberships
right.
out here in just a little bit. So hopefully we caught some new people right
Yep.
there. That's awesome. So we'll do another 5. Don't we forget before the end of this, because I can only do 10 a month. And being it's the last day, let's get them out there. And we're going to start giving some sneak peeks to y'all. And we may later this year, for all the people that's going above and beyond and supporting us, means the world to us. We'll probably start maybe slipping into extra live stream or something for our members as a thank you, because we know y'all are just doing that to truly support us, and it means the world to us.
So much.
As far as all the other content and everything else, we don't push none of this stuff. Content will always be free, but we'll give some sneak peeks behind the scenes stuff like that. All right, so yes, happy New Year to everyone. Sounds like Cash was cooking up a storm there. Already got me a little hungry. By the way, I think we're going to do another cooking video this week. I got me something today. I couldn't pass it up. A clearance deal, dirt cheap. We got a new cooking appliance, and I think some of you are going to be interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to slip another one of those videos out this
week.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it. It's pretty cool. It's absolutely cool device right there. I didn't even know it existed, so we'll get that out. So have we got the bat houses up yet? I already knew that was coming. We almost got them out last week before all the traveling, and it didn't happen. It was definitely a lot of chatter and talk. We were looking at locations, and
yeah, I mean, some of the spots we thought about putting it, now we're changing our mind. So it's really trying to figure out a really good spot to put it in.
And I thought I could put them in trees, and I got to reading up more, and
Right.
It said don't put them in trees. Oh, then we've got to find a spot that gets 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day for our type of bats. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it gets a little complicated.
I literally had them stacked up and was like, I'm doing that this week. And I was like, all right, let me read up a little bit more on it. I was like, okay, well, all these locations I'm picking, there's maybe only one that'll work. So I got to find 2 more.
Putting it on the back of the metal building, but we don't want to screw into the building. So I don't know how we could do it.
No, I don't want to drill no more holes in my building right there. All right, so let's scroll on down, start picking some comments here. Let's see what all we got going on. So Crystal says she has an idea suggestion for us. I was looking at your gate, and it'd look so nice if you put a white background behind your sign to make it pop. And don't forget to put up reflectors. So kind of ahead of you there. I hate to spill the beans in case I do it, but I was actually going to put frosted plexi behind the logo and light it up with solar lights. So it looked really cool. Here's the problem, and something I really have to consider. When you fill in that space, it catches a lot of wind, and I'm already at about the max capacity for our gate operator. And then there's a section in the pamphlet where they talk about absolutely cannot have more than 70% of the gate catching wind. That would for sure put me over. And then they talk about it voiding the warranty on the gate operator. So I'm trying to be very careful on what catches wind. And I was really wanting to do that, something frosted behind it, really make it pop, make it visible at nighttime. But I think it's just going to catch way too much wind and be stressing stuff out.
The way it looks, and
Well, it's obviously up to you as well, your gate as well. So we'll stick with that. But we could play with something in the future. Reflectors, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I've got some ideas I'm kicking around. I don't really want reflectors on the gate because it looks horrible, but it does need something. Black gate in the dark. It is on my mind that somebody come whipping in here and runs right in the gate. Yeah, you can see it in the headlights, but black's pretty hard to see. So we absolutely need to do something with that. So good thoughts and good points there, Crystal. We will look into that. All right, so let's see what else we got going on here. For Ford Blue nail polish for Andrew. I don't need my nails and hands breaking down, y'all. I've got to constantly make stuff and create content, so I can't put Ford stuff on my fingers, or my fingers be in the shop all the time.
I didn't know quite where you're going with that. But yeah, love
it. just ticking some people off right off. Let's just end the new year with losing members and viewers. I'm cutting up, kind of. All right, let's see here. So Joshua's on. Said it's been a while. Nice to see you guys. Working health issues has kept me from YouTube. Sorry to hear that, Joshua. Hopefully you're getting over some of those health issues. And speaking of that, right above Joshua, I just noticed Mav is on. I'm assuming that's Mav and not Erica. So me and Mav had a few conversations via email this week. Y'all talk about a miraculous story. We told y'all the week before last, I guess it was. Yeah, a few weeks ago, that Mav was in a long-term coma and things weren't looking good. And he told me I was allowed to share this story. And they were honestly, after it went on so long, they decided that it was time to pull the plug, so to speak. And it was a tough decision that the doctors and everybody had to make together. And surprisingly, he was able to survive without the machines that kept him alive for so long. And miraculously, he has come out of that coma. Still has a long road of recovery ahead of him, medications and machines and everything else. But believe it or not, he is actually was able to come home this week with assistance of those machines and medications and everything else. That is unbelievably amazing. So all y'all's thoughts and prayers and everything else that y'all put out there, y'all, they work. They absolutely work. Went from, you know, just the worst news you can get, there's no hope, to what a crazy recovery and at home. So y'all,
so glad to hear
yeah,
that.
that is amazing. That's
Yes.
amazing. So
And
keep,
thank you for sharing your story and letting us know how you're
Yeah.
doing and everything. And we're going to continue to pray that your recovery is fast and you get better.
that's right. So y'all definitely want, we sure want to share that tonight. There's something awesome. We can share wrapping the year up right there.
Yes.
All right, let's scroll on down here and catch some more stuff. So Miss Lee says, Happy New Year, Kelly's Country Life family. Thank you, Miss Lee, and Happy New Year to
Happy
you.
New Year.
All right, going on down. Circle City Slicker says, made the last live of 2023. Work is kicking my booty.
Oh, I hear you.
I can only imagine. Man, and you're up there working in, well, actually, I ain't even getting no snow or nothing this year. What a weird winter we've been having out there. But I'm sure it's been cold up there in Indianapolis, right? I believe that's where it is. Hard to remember where everybody's at. Let's see. Whoa.
I know.
Somebody just got a deer, it sounded like, just heard a rifle go off. I should be out there hunting. Maybe that was Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy, you in the tree stand? Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so Brett says Happy New Year's tonight. No outside cooking. Must be a little chilly. It's a little chilly.
A combination of things.
Yeah, it's got more to do with the, we've been traveling the last 3 days. Just got home a little while ago, exhausted. We've got some food. We're good. We had a late lunch. Just don't really honestly feel like cooking tonight. You know how it is after you've been burning the roads up, sleeping in other people's homes, not getting any sleep. Man, I think I'm running on maybe 4 or 5 hours of not very good sleep. I tossed and turned and got up last night. Nothing like being in your own home and on bed, that's for sure. So I'm liable to hit the bed as soon as this live stream's over.
I'm gonna make us a little snack after a while. I'm gonna do the little
the little keto pizza
bites where you put the cheese down, a little tiny pepperoni.
Yeah, that's right.
Dip it in the sauce. So
basically just little keto pizza bites. So it's supposed to be relatively healthy, low carb, and they actually taste really good. I like anything with cheese. I'm like Chris, cheese, and I love my cheese burnt. Oh man. All right, so let's see what else we got here. So Mr. Howie says slot machine fun, have fun in Vegas. I don't really like gambling or gamble, but you know what?
We'll go ahead. We'll use your $10.
We got that $10 sticking in there, and you never know. Maybe we might hit it big. So thank you so much. Truly do appreciate you. Thank you so much right there. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. So do you need a T-class fuse on a 200 amp battery? Lithium iron phosphate battery. So yes, you should always fuse that. Now, some of the batteries already come in with built-in circuit breakers, but most people highly recommend on the output side right before you go in your inverter to put a fuse in just for safety reasons in case something happens to the wire. And it just depends on your battery if it's breakered or not. It just depends on the type. Some come with built-in breakers, a lot of them do not. So you're definitely going to want to put one there regardless. It doesn't hurt to have a breaker along with a fuse. Now the style fuse, just make sure you get one that's just rated correctly and a good quality one. Just look at the reviews there. I haven't run too terribly many of them to tell you, but I used to do a lot of automotive work and run really large gold-plated fuses, and I'm kind of used to them, understand how they work. So that's what I've been running out there in my shop. So am I going to play a little golf? No. I used to play golf a long time ago. I'm not going to Vegas to play golf. By the way, I looked at the weather. Calling for rain and crazy winds in Vegas, of course, next weekend when we get there. By the way, we're flying out in a winter storm and flying back in a winter storm. I'm so excited about this.
Please keep us in your prayers about our travels.
Only my second time ever, or I guess third time ever flying, and I'm not excited about all these storms. Cold out there, windy, it's supposed to be cloudy. I think we are going to need a couple.
We're already ready to get back.
I know we are. We're going to get a couple clear days out there, but it's supposed to be quite chilly the entire time. So no golf. Used to play that, and I realized I was wasting money to get angry. So I gave up on golf. All I enjoyed was driving the carts around on the course. Let's see here. Glenn says we need some solar spotlights out there by the gate. Yes, I do have plans to do something along those lines. We're going to cover that in one of the next episodes there. Oh, I just kicked
Yep,
the
you kicked
camera
the
all
camera.
around. Sorry about that. All right. So, Adam, thank you so very much.
Thank
Adam's
you.
always so kind and talks to me all week and thinking of us and emails me and direct messages me, everything else. Just always kind of generous. But he's reaching out to Mav right there. So it's good to see you back, Mav, and happy you pulled out. Absolutely.
Yes.
So thank you
Thank you,
so
Adam.
much, Adam. Truly do appreciate you there. Everybody else mentioning solar spotlights. That's something I'm considering. I want some white DOT tape for my gate? I really don't want to put anything on my gate. I'm trying to think about how to highlight it, maybe with lights and all, to avoid putting anything on it because I just don't like the way that looks. You go through all that trouble building it,
Yeah.
making it look good, and
Oh, it just looks so good.
I don't want tape and reflectors and all that other stuff. I actually got a second coat of paint on it today, finally, even though
Oh, I forgot to ask you, how did it do?
it did all right,
Yeah.
but I'm not quite at the temp the can says I'm supposed to be at the paint, but I went ahead and risked it because it was in the sun. We were quite a few degrees colder than I should have been, but it looks like it was drying pretty good. So I guess if we catch another somewhat warm day, I'm gonna try to put a third or fourth coat on there. Okay, Miss Lee, goodness gracious, y'all being so kind
Oh,
tonight.
wow. Thank you,
Thank you
Miss
so
Lee.
very much, Miss Lee. She says, spending money for Vegas right
Thank
there.
you. We did book a show earlier, so that'll help out towards that.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Miss Lee. You're
We
so
were
kind
gonna
and
do a
generous.
helicopter ride, but
Yeah,
yeah.
we were going to go out to the Grand Canyon, and just so happens today we're going to go. They're calling for like up to 30-mile-an-hour winds, cold, rain, and overcast or cloudy. I was like,
Plus it was outrageous.
yeah, well, yeah, but I was thinking about
Yeah.
doing like a luxury coach tour out there, or no, it's a luxury van. I didn't really want to ride on the big buses. And when I seen the weather, I said, this ain't happening. But and some of y'all mentioned the helicopter ride out there, go over the Hoover Dam and everything else. I looked at it, $1,000
Not
to
happening.
fly out there. And when I seen the weather, we're not going to fly out there in a helicopter on a crazy, windy, potentially stormy day.
Yeah, he was really nervous about all
I'm
the
already
flying.
nervous about flying a helicopter on a good day. I'm not going out there in that day. And then when I seen the $1,000, I said, well, that seals the deal for me. That's not happening. So we just started booking shows and doing some other stuff. And we got one more show in mind that we think we may go out and see. And that's okay because I wanted to see some shows
Yeah.
anyways, but the Grand Canyon would have been awesome. Maybe we'll make another trip out there and see that at some point. What else do we have here? Golly, about 1 million suggestions for floodlights at the gate. Yep, we'll definitely do something. I'm reading. Let's scroll on down and catch a couple more comments here. So Julie says the pizza video was great. Good job. Yes, I didn't burn it. I did not burn
Everybody was
the
cracking on
pizza.
you hard. That was funny.
Yeah. And she says Tiffany looked nervous. Tiffany still getting used to
Yeah.
this camera. Oh, well, that I do remember that day. You were fumbling around with your
Oh
words
my
and all. It's
gosh.
so hard talking to the camera. It really is.
So hard. Well, I think one of the main things I struggle with is whenever I cook, I don't measure and I kind of just do my thing. So it's hard to explain it and show it when you're just so used to.
The heck with it. You say a shake of this, a dash of that. You know, the old saying, you measure with your heart, it's just whatever tastes
But
good.
that is a complete different direction. Like we're taking a complete different direction into what we're going to do. So that's just kind of, we're showing our favorite recipes that we really enjoy, but then we're going to do complete different.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and spill the beans a little on that.
Okay.
So we've been preparing y'all for a while that we were going to do a cooking channel, a completely separate channel. And the more that we've had very serious discussions about 2024 and social media in general and how it's our business and our life and all the effort we're going to put into it, we've decided that we're going to do a relatively big revamp of this channel and kind of focus on a few specific things, but that still ties what all we do in on the property instead of just 4 or 5 log splitting videos in a row and this other stuff because I feel obligated to get videos posted on a certain day. I think we're going to take that pressure off. We're going to focus on more quality content like what I posted today that takes a long time to make, more the DIY stuff that people have always seemed to love on the channel and is what has ultimately got us the views and supported us financially. And instead of doing the side cooking channel, because there's always a lot of interest cooking, we're going to integrate it into this channel, not worry about the other channel because we're sending y'all off too many different directions. And we're going to do a twist on the cooking. Like It isn't going to be us. We're going to do a few more videos that we've already recorded of some
Right.
recipes we like, but we've got, let's just say, a very unique and new area coming that's going to be DIY. You're going to see the way we're going to develop and build this, and we're literally going to supply everything for the cooking in this area. And I mean absolutely everything from we're going to build our appliances, we're going to provide the energy source, everything that we're going to cook with. It's going to be pretty unique. I don't want to spill the.
Excited about it.
We are pretty excited about it.
It'll be more relaxed, and I won't have to like try to be prim and proper like I'm cooking and measuring.
There's too many of those types of cooking channels out there.
Right,
People standing in
exactly.
kitchens with
And that's
professional
not how I
lighting
cook
and
anyways.
cameras. We're going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
We love food. We're passionate about food. It's a big part of our life, but I also love DIY and building and creating. So we're going to create an entirely new space that I think people are going to appreciate. You're going to get to watch it all be built and constructed on here. Then you're going to get to watch us use it. And I think it's going to be almost kind of like another Ice Maker series. We can modify and change things and adapt. And I think it's going to be really fun. I really do. And it's going to tie literally everything we do on the property together. So I'm excited about it. And we might as well keep it here instead of again telling y'all to go to 5 other channels.
And if you don't want to watch the cooking, just skip the videos.
Yeah, that's all right. So people will still complain, why is this turned into a cooking channel? Well,
Right.
don't watch the cooking video when it pops up. Oh my goodness gracious. Don't worry, we're not going to be cooking every day because that's just going to be about impossible and difficult.
Right.
But it's going to be really cool. Those of y'all that love the DIY stuff, you're going to want to stay tuned for this. I'm really looking forward to it.
And
I
we
really
have
am.
some more exciting things coming too.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll spill the beans on some
As
of that
we go.
when the time is right. But we're making
Right.
some pretty significant changes
Yes.
this year. Bit nervous on doing it this year, rolling into a wild, crazy election year. I think it's gonna be a roller coaster ride of a year. This is probably not the best time for us to be diving into some of this stuff, but sometimes you just got to take the risk and go for it. You know, we can't sit on the sidelines forever. We got to go play ball here. Let's do it. All right. So Kimberly, didn't want to miss you. Thank you so very much for a donation there. Says Happy New Year. Hope 2024 is awesome for all of us.
I hope so.
I hope it's healthy and prosperous. I hope it's not as crazy as I think it's going to be here, at least in the States. Hope people can be adults and we can all think for one another. And goodness gracious, let's just be happy and try to be healthy and thankful and all that stuff. I mean, that should be our ultimate goals for 2024. Let's just live, be happy, and
well, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Nah, I don't believe in that resolution stuff because if it's something I need to do next year, I should already be doing it.
Well, almost like just a goal for like a self goal.
Well, I mean, it would just be something like I just want to make the channel better. I want to grow the channel, make it better. I want to make better content that people want to see. I just really want to put 110% and focus into our social media because this is pretty awesome, y'all. Thank y'all so much for allowing us to do this and this to be our lifestyle, our career. It's amazing. It's hard work, but it does not happen without y'all support. It means the world to us. So pretty excited about this year. It's time for a shake up. Kind of gotten a little rut and funk here for a while. It's definitely time to spice the channel up, so to speak. So we're going to do that. And thank you again, Kimberly. Appreciate you so much. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, great. It just shot me down.
Just go back up to Kimberly.
Okay. I hate this YouTube thing whenever oh, wow. I am way behind.
You are way
I
behind.
am so way behind. So I'm scrolling through all y'all's comments and I'll stop and talk. Here's what happens all the time. I'll go to scroll down just a few comments and it'll shoot me all the way to the bottom. Then I have to go back and find where I'm at.
Sometimes he misses some things on it, but
well, I'm
not on purpose.
I'm missing comments because we just get so many, and I apologize to all the people we can't catch. But
ask it again.
Yep, ask it again by all means. So Chevy says he's in the stand right now. He's got his earbuds in. Well, hopefully you can hear that deer sneaking up on you there. But thanks for listening to us. Mr. Jimmy normally is on here from the deer stand as well. So Adam, thank you so very much. Gifted 20 memberships. That's awesome.
You, Adam.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. And you're always so kind and generous. By the way, if we got new people here tonight, I say this occasionally, we do not expect what all these people are doing. We don't expect donations and everything else. We just have some of the most kind, amazing people ever. And it's because of y'all support and our members and people doing things like this that we're able to take some more risk, financial risk, and and pursue the social media more and invest in. We just bought another camera and do things like that.
Mhm.
And by the way, we're now recording in Ultra HD. I don't know if anybody noticed that on today's video.
I meant to pay attention to that, and
Well, you're gonna have to select it, and I don't think our internet's fast enough for that.
oh, okay.
So we've got
Gotcha.
new cameras now. We're reinvesting in the channel. We're now recording in Ultra HD, which takes me so much longer to process a video and upload it. I didn't realize that, but we're trying to provide y'all some better content. We're going to start catching more angles. So thank y'all all. We're able to invest in that kind of stuff because of y'all's generosity. So let's see here. Hi, Andrew and Tiffany. My mom came home from the nursing home today. We both love your channel. Awesome. Glad
Oh,
she's back
good.
home. And how
Yeah.
did you ever come up with the name of the Kelleys Country Life for your YouTube name? I don't really remember, to be honest. I think it was just,
Well, I mean, you knew that what we were going to be doing here, and you were trying to put a label on it to where it wasn't trying to sound like homesteading or anything in particular, because we were going to do, a large, you know, bass. I don't know.
I just honestly don't remember. Obviously, there was a bunch of name choices, but this was what, 4 years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
4. Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's our country life. We're the Kelleys. I
Right.
mean, like, it's kind of bland when you really think about it. I wish it was a little
Yeah.
fancier, but I guess it just tells the story that, and our channel is kind of broad. Like I said, we're going to be doing DIY projects and animals and cooking and just all the other stuff that goes on here and our side incomes and stuff that really supports us. It's our country life, but I really don't remember how we just specifically sat down. I think I was probably sick and tired of going through too many names, and it's like, this one sounds good. Let's just start a YouTube channel. At that point in time, there's no videos, no nothing. It's just pick a name and let's go. Yeah, sure. Sounds good enough. I think that's how we chose it. I really can't remember, to be honest with you. Okay, let's see here. Shane says, golly, Shane, thank you so very much.
Oh, thank you,
Extremely
Shane.
generous donation there. Says for a fence post, yeah, for a fence post. Isn't that the world we live in now? Inflation running rampant.
Yeah.
$50
Thank
for
you
a
for the
fence
fence
post. And
post.
that's about correct, especially if you're talking a decent sized fence post. Boy, this is crazy.
Oh, speaking of fence posts, you didn't go get those fence posts,
I didn't
did
get a
you?
call to go pick them up this
Ah.
week, but I got a phone call a week or so ago. I might be getting hooked up on some really good sized telephone poles, which will be awesome fence posts. We've been trying to go salvage and do things like that to help us with our cattle fence that we want to put up this year and try to save some money. So I'm waiting on that phone call, and that dump trailer is about to go hit the road again. And we're loading up on all those poles that we can get to save that money, because we still got to buy a T-post and wire and gates and just all that other stuff. That's a project I definitely want to get going. We need more animals, more food, and other stuff on the property. So we're definitely going to try to work on that this year. So everybody's still on that. Everybody's worried about somebody running that gate. So Mav says, what about glow in the dark paint on the gate? I don't know. Never used any of that, honestly. I have to see how it looks during the day, if it matches the flat color I got everywhere else, because I don't want to alter the look of the gate in the day. Excuse me. That is something we could look up there. I am considering lights. That's one reason I put that top tube on there. We may light the entire gate up, or may light the K up from above. That may be a better option than reflective, excuse me, tape and paint and things like that. So I'm going to kick that idea around, but I think if we can at least light the emblem up without making it catch a lot of wind, that's going to be a good option right there. I am losing my voice.
Do you have enough drink here?
No.
Do you need more?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to go get it for you?
Thank you. I drink so much water every time we do these live streams because I don't shut up, and I run my mouth so much and my throat goes dry. So Richard says, find all the projects you do amazing, and the gate is amazing. Thank you very much, Richard. We're definitely going to have some more projects this year, and unique projects. We're going to kind of get back to focusing on that with the channel there and try to I just enjoy creating that, and I think y'all enjoy watching it. So let's grow the channel with that. I think it'll be some fun stuff. But these projects take time, so y'all keep that in mind. Can't pump out 4 videos a week of awesome project builds that take like 3.5 days like the gate build did. So keep in mind, less content, but I guess we're going to say we're going for quality over quantity. That old saying right there. You have to light it up instead of the Beverly Hillbillies. We can. Okay, let's scroll on down here since I am so far behind. Sorry, y'all, if I can't get to all the comments, but you can ask them over. We'll do our best to catch what we cannot, but it's physically impossible to catch them all. So when is Tiffany going to do a cooking Q&A live? My guess would be never. You want to do your own live stream? I'm all for it. I'll support it and go for it. But
I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
okay, if she's up for it,
We'll see.
all right. That's not the response I was expecting.
Well, you're
All
doing
right.
it with me.
No, because then if I talk too much or do anything, they'll be like, "This is Tiffany's live stream." They'll get all mad at me. So no, I can't do it.
But
Let's see here. Jacob says they rented a vehicle for the week and drove everywhere, the west end of the canyon to the Hoover Dam. If we just don't have enough time to do that, I wish we did because we're ultimately out there working.
hopefully we'll get to see it from the plane, like other people suggested.
The problem is we don't even, I guarantee we don't know where our seats are. We didn't actually get to
True.
pick our seats. So we're probably going to be crammed right in between a bunch of people. Ugh, I do not like, I'm not looking forward to flying. I'm just really not looking forward. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, there's somebody saying maybe you get to see it from the plane. I hope so. That'd be nice. Goodness gracious, y'all are all about me lighting that gate up. So Mav says, I just finished watching the wood episode for sale. Why not sell the wood chips? Nobody, here's the thing. So I have looked into this heavily for selling wood chips and chunks and anything like that. That's probably not going to be my typical local customer. Like a lot of people would want me to box that up and sell it. And there's actually pretty strict rules on shipping wood out of state. And I've been trying to read up on it. You have to be certified facility. You have to heat the wood. It's got to be a certain temperature for so long, basically, so there's no funguses or potential bugs, beetles, anything like that. You can't ship something out of state that maybe isn't in another state that could harm, the trees and everything else there. So it's very difficult for me to have a facility to potentially qualify for all that. But I am looking into it. If there's a demand locally for chips, sure, I'd do it. But when you think of chips, it's typically the stuff that's coming out of the chainsaw chain. That's more sawdust than anything else, and that doesn't really work for cooking. You need pretty big size chips, even bigger chips than my wood chipper will make. But I am very interested in potentially selling like smoking chunks and smaller pieces of wood. I just need to figure out how I can get it out of state. And I'm losing my voice again. Goodness gracious. So that is something I'm looking into, Mav. We're going to get all that figured out this year, but right now we're going to continue to focus on what all we need for us, and then we'll start selling to local people. We'll sell at the firewood stand in the road, and then if the demand really gets up to where we could potentially look at other avenues, well, we'll dive into it potentially.
Sure.
We got to discuss that. I have figured out in the world there's a million ways to make money. There really is. You just got to figure out which ones you want to go after, because if you don't put a lot of focus into it, you've got a million ways bringing in not much money, and your time is spread so thin it isn't worth it. And I've kind of found myself there this year. So we're going to have to pick a few things that's going to support us financially and be our side incomes and our main income, like the social media channel, and kind of focus on that. That's something I've really got to work on. I got 1,000,001 ideas and not the time to
just
do
like
them.
pew pew pew.
I
over
know.
there.
That's why this year the channel is just going to take a slower focus. All right, so let's see here. So Tiffany's done a much better job in just a few minutes on y'all's Blackstone than most of the dedicated Blackstone channels.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. No, why don't you ever tell it to say that about me, Glenn? All you ever do is cut on me. So, yeah, Tripping says, I enjoyed watching y'all cook in your shop, frying fish and whatnot. Y'all don't need a fancy background. We don't want to do a fancy background because we're not going to do good in that. I think more people are going to relate to the type of cooking that's coming on the channel because it's just stuff that anybody can do.
Right.
I get lost on those channels where everybody's, in their $1,000,000 kitchen and got these crazy recipes with 50 ingredients and all. You're like, man, that looks good, but who on earth's got time to cook all that?
And we hope to get into like a lot of catch, clean, and cooks again.
Yep, we're going to attempt to go after some of that this year. Try to revive the outdoor channel.
Yeah.
And
bring some life to it.
That's right. We definitely need to do that. We've been talking about that a lot, and I think some catch, clean, and cooks would be a very good idea. So we've got some new focuses coming. We're going to see if we can stick to it. That's the other thing. Man, I am so far behind y'all. I apologize. I'm just going to have to scroll on down here. So Kathy says she tried glow in the dark paint, but it burned off in one summer in the Texas heat. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Blackgate Florida heat, it
Mm.
may not work. Cash says some drinks will take care of the flight. Probably not. I'm going to be far too nervous about that. So how's our armadillo problem coming? They vanished. So,
Yeah.
well, they did vanish, if you know what I mean, there for a little bit. It got bad again to where I was going out and seeing, 2 or 3 in the yard at the
We're
same
seeing
time.
some signs like out in the pine trees.
Yeah, that's true. There is some out
Yeah.
there, but they got really bad there for a little bit. Some of them went to armadillo heaven, and things have been really good since. But we are starting to see a little bit more sign right now. I'll take it. It just goes through weird spells like this, and they'll just show up and be everywhere. I don't know if they're herding them off the neighbor's property or what the heck's going on. But right now, I haven't got one in a while now. I think
Yeah,
about
it's
it,
been a while.
which is fine with me, even though I've got my new pew pew and I've been
Right.
really wanting to try it out.
He gets
And
it out every night. He's like, I'm never gonna get one.
that's the thing. You buy a new pew pew just for them, and then they vanish. That's the way the world works, right? Just like you buy a generator and you never have a power outage. It seems like. So Shane, thank you so very much. He says Mingo's 2024 feed fund. I forgot about old Mingo. He flew south
Yes.
for the winter, but he will fly back to the pool come springtime. No doubt about that. Shane, thank you so very much.
Thank you,
That's
Shane.
extremely generous of you. It really is. And thanks for that crazy flamingo.
That he's never gonna want to blow up again.
Blowing it up was fine. Getting the air out of
Right.
that thing
Getting the
like
air out.
killed me. I was not happy. That thing holds so much air. It's 5 foot tall. So Julie says, I bet Vegas has one of those little fish that do the pedicures like they do in Thailand. Just saying.
Ah,
A
that would be cool.
Yeah, a fushy petty or a fishy petty. I'm sure they do. They probably have everything in Vegas, don't they? Let's see here. Adam. All right. So you just got recognized, it looks like, by YouTube for being a member for 9 months. Thank you so very much for doing that. He says, I'm new to the channel. That's a lie. And Mav, glad you liked your Christmas present. Thank you, Crystal, for the idea and the help. That's right. We sent Mav out one of the Kelly's Country Life shirts that Adam helped kind of support and steamroll there. And it was Crystal's original idea. So they were the masterminds behind it, and we're thankful to say that Mav's up and wearing it now. At the time we sent it, we just wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not. All right, let's go down here. Andrew, do you see that video on the 2 guys splitting wood? Did you email it to me? Because I've been traveling the last 3 days, and I'm way, way behind on emails. I can't, that doesn't ring a bell. I know y'all sent some about, I know you sent several about tractor attachments. I watched a couple of those over the last few days, but I don't remember one about splitting wood. So sorry, Mr. Donald, haven't made it to that yet. I literally have, I don't even know where I'm at, 800 plus unread emails. Like it's becoming impossible to keep up with them. As Tiffany gets home more and more, maybe she can start helping me go through some of these emails as well. So Crystal says, can you explain one more time how your Amazon link works? Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. She says, I hope I've been doing it right. Just ordered a big bookcase for my dad using your link. So we don't ever bring it up unless y'all bring it up on here. I don't mention it in videos or anything like that, but we do have an Amazon store. The link is down in the video description. If you click on it, it opens up our store with products that we use on the channel, but then there's your Amazon search bar up top. Now here's the thing. You have to be no open browsers on your computer or your phone, no Amazon open browsers, close your app out, all that stuff. When you open up our link, that's always in the video description. Go type in the search bar for whatever it is that you're looking for, place your order, and we get a small commission because Amazon says, hey, thanks for sending people to us.
Right.
And once you check out, you have to close out, because if you go back and recheck something out again, it's done. It's a one-time, one-use thing. You have to close out everything and open our link again.
But you can still use a bookmark, right?
Yeah, bookmark it,
Yeah.
bookmark
Okay.
our page, and just open it up fresh every time. And then when you check out, it's got a cookie basically, and the cookie's a one-time use. It's a tracking link. By the way, we don't get to see none of your personal information or anything like that. Doesn't cost you a dime extra either for the stuff you're already ordering. And y'all have been extremely kind and generous in using that the last 2 to 3
It's helped
months.
out a lot.
Amazon has actually given us a small bonus because of the stuff that y'all bought through there. That's something they just randomly offered out of the blue. And it's been a blessing. It's been a huge help, because honestly, ad revenue and everything is down tremendously for YouTube, for Facebook. I mean, down big time. So things like that really does make a big difference in our monthly income. And if there's one thing I've learned about social media over the years, you don't know what you're making from one month to the next. One month you think you're rich because a couple videos blew up. And then the next few months, it's just, you couldn't imagine how far it swings. It is insane. So things like that help steady it out, and it means the world to us. And thank you for asking, Crystal. Like I said, we don't. I guess I should mention it more, but I feel like we're begging or asking. I don't bring it up
Yeah.
unless y'all do. But it literally takes no extra time, doesn't cost y'all a dime. You just bookmark our link and use it, and yeah, we actually get a small commission, and I'm very thankful Amazon offers that as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I think Walmart's now offering it, which I need to sign up for. I think there's a couple other big companies starting to do that now. So that's pretty cool. But thank y'all so much for that. And there's Arnie with "This is not a donation." Donation. Thank you very much,
Thank
Arnie.
you, Arnie.
Yeah, truly do appreciate you. Yeah. And I was reading another one up here. What a new pew. Tell me, says Chevy. Yeah, I got a what was it? A Smith & Wesson 1522 for my armadillo problem right there. And I showed it off on our outdoor channel because I got a thermal on it now. So you may want to go check out the Kelleys Outdoors. We do have another channel. And thank you, Arnie, for the not donation. Mr. Mike says, I'm here. I'm late and I'm new here. You're not new. Why are you late? Don't let it happen again. And welcome aboard, Mr. Mike. Always so kind and generous. Nice talking to Mr. Mike there. And you know what? While it's on my mind, let me go ahead and gift out these last.
Oh, I didn't know you could do it again tonight. Okay.
Yeah. And this is the last 5 I can give for this
All
month.
right.
So let's throw out these memberships and see if some people get to grab them there.
There we go.
Hopefully, it may just extend people's memberships, or it may. I don't know how it does. It doesn't allow me
It
to
just
select.
looks like a random pick.
Yep.
5 people.
Some of those people are probably already members for sure, but it may just add a month on. So I don't know. Y'all are gonna have to let me know how that works out. I know it's only good for 1 month, but we definitely have some good sneak peeks coming next month. All right. So Mav says Erica has a question for Tiffany. How close are you to being home full time? And don't forget you were the boss, the foreman for Andrew, slipping on the bat houses. Yes, I know, and for everything else and all these other projects.
We are working really hard towards that. Let's just say sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that's on the plate, and we're seriously considering. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is like I was saying earlier, this is a scary year to be rolling into and making big decisions. But because we've worked so hard and set ourselves up over the years to drive old vehicles and pay save up, pay our house off, and not really take vacations to do things, it gives us some of this freedom, but it's still risky and scary as can be. But that's definitely something we're seriously putting on the table and talking about, along with a full channel shakeup and change. So this kind of 2024 year is going to be it's going to be a scary year for us. It's kind of the go for broke. And hopefully there's no broke in it.
Right. Yeah,
I shouldn't. That was a bad choice of words right there.
Yeah,
We're gonna do our best to not go broke. 2024. There we go. So thanks for asking. So have I tried fishing my ponds? Asked one lost dude. So no, when we first bought the property 10 years ago, we had just about as much water as we do right now. And there was actually fish in the back pond only. The front ones up here, they're too shaded out. They scum over all the time. There would be a couple alligators, plenty of frogs, a few ducks. I would see that. But I never got a chance to fish the back pond. It went completely dry a few years ago. Now it's all grown up. That might have been Ruger barking. I don't know. Well, could be our neighbor driving by too, making him bark. I don't have to pay attention to that. Anyways, there's no point in fishing it right now because it just filled back up last summer, and I don't think there's been any time to get fish in there. And because it went dry, it grew grass and all kinds of other stuff up out there. There's really not much open water. What you're seeing on camera just rose over the last few weeks. That's out in the woods. I just don't think there's going to be no fish out there, honestly. Now, if it holds water for quite a while, yeah, eventually I'll slip out there, but I need to figure out how to get all that just growth and mess out of there.
Clean it up.
I wish we'd clean it up too, but I really have no idea how to go about that. And we own half of it with somebody else because our property line goes through it. So I don't know if there's legalities to messing with a pond that another person owns, but it fluctuates so much in the water level. I don't know if it's worth investing much time or money in. I wish we had a fishing pond. Oh my goodness, I want one so bad, but maybe that might be a future project. If we can grow the channel and actually get some disposable income coming in, we might play around with projects like that, which should help the channel out even more. It's just a business. You have to kind of figure out what you want to reinvest in it, what you want to go after. So yes, I want a pond. I want a pond so bad. But have y'all priced those things? Holy
Yeah.
smokes, it's like buying another house. It's just
Not on our
crazy.
budget.
Yeah, it's definitely not in our budget right now. That's for sure. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. So Lauren says you can't add on to a membership if you receive one as a gift. You have to wait until you're gifted again. Okay.
Got it.
Lauren knows more than I do about it. I got to get this stuff figured out a little more. So are bats out year round? Asked Crystal. I'm assuming they are. I would think if they weren't, it would be wintertime and we see them flying around in the afternoon. So we're just trying to get more of them out for all the mosquitoes that we seem to farm around here.
We just got to figure out where to put them.
Yeah, I know.
Or what we got to build.
I know one spot.
I wonder how high they got to be.
It said at least 12, 15. It's like somewhere between 12 and 18 feet. Is what I remember reading for our type of little brown bats.
Yeah.
So there's only a few select places we can do it. Here's the thing. We don't just want to go stick them randomly around the property. We want them up here near the house. So that's where they're flying out, hanging out and eating.
Yeah, that's the other thing is trying to find somewhere around here to put them.
I know it probably sounds weird. People are trying to track bats to our house, but that's the best mosquito killer there is out there, without a doubt. All right, so Christine, thank you so much. That's extremely generous. Y'all being so kind tonight.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you so much. So says for whatever y'all need, everyone else hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. There's always something to spend money on, especially in today's world. That's for sure. Oh my goodness, we cannot believe what stuff costs. So traveling back this morning, this was just such a shocker for me. We don't ever do fast food. It's just not on my radar. I'm always working from home. We both cook. We just enjoy homegrown food. We stopped at Hardee's, y'all, and got 2 combos. That's it. Just some breakfast because we're hungry. We didn't eat much last night.
There wasn't more.
Well, it blew my mind that just 2, breakfast biscuits with some hash browns and all, $21. I mean, wasn't that just a few years ago, like $10 or $12? Like absolutely insane. $21. I just, my jaw hit the floor.
It's just so hard. That's why it makes it so hard to ever want to go out to eat.
And that's cheap fast food.
It breaks your heart.
I know. Now you can't go out for a good meal somewhere and not be $100 or something. It's like, oh my goodness. But here's the thing: we can eat really good here for those kind of prices.
We can.
I mean, we can eat multiple ribeye steak meals.
Like whenever we do like a ribeye, like the big ribeyes, Andrew would be like, so we're going to eat off of this 6 times. And he's like, it would have been $2 a piece.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, when you get adding it up, you got the time and effort in it. And then going out to eat is enjoyable. It's nice for somebody else to do the dishes and cooking, but
it definitely makes you feel better when you look at it from that
I can't understand the prices out there when food's definitely up, but when we can eat so cheap for home, and then things at like I say, you can't go out to dinner. 2 people can't go out to dinner no more, not be $100.
Right.
If it's a halfway decent place, like,
goodness
gracious. So Christine, that was our crazy way of saying your $50, which was extremely generous, by the way.
Yeah,
it's going to go probably to food or something like that. I'm scared to see I'm going to get sticker shock in Vegas. I was watching a guy the other day. It's like a reel or something. I couldn't believe this. He stayed at one of the casinos out there. He ordered 2 bottles of water and a little pitcher of coffee to his room. He showed the full receipt, $67 they charged him for coffee.
I would have thrown it.
And 2 bottles of water. Ugh. That is just highway robbery.
We're drinking out of the faucet.
Just
kidding.
I don't know if we can do that.
No. I'm just kidding.
I'll drink out of my own home faucet.
We'll bring the life straw.
Yeah, we'll bring our life straw out there. Oh, goodness, man. All right, let's don't be Debbie Downers here. Sorry if there's a Debbie watching. It's just an old saying down here in the South, but now we're talking about how expensive everything is and blah, 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 blah. We're going to be paused. Actually, we're leaving all the negativity in 2023, and we're going to 2024.
That's right.
All right. So are you going to cook an alligator? That is a good question. I applied for alligator tags last year, hoping we would get drawn so we go hunt one. We do cook alligator. We just cooked some 3 or 4 weeks ago. That was given to us, but we really would like to go out and catch one. But you can't just go do that. You got
delicious.
You got to be in a lottery drawing. You have to pay for the permits, and then you only get some very specific areas that you can go, and you have to get it selected. And I've never been selected. So if that happens, heck yeah, we're going to show it. And if we get given some gator again, we'll show. But what most people do, honestly, is just fry it. But it's delicious. I absolutely love it. Now, there is a fish that we need to go get that we can get all of them we want. There's no limit on it. and you have to bow fish them, and it looks, smells, and tastes just like alligator. So we do need to go do that. That'd actually be a
Yes,
fun video, and we can
that
do
would
that
be.
in the winter because we're bow fishing gig 'em.
And then we can
Yeah.
go catch, clean, and cook.
Might have just gave us an idea.
Yeah.
I just gave us an idea right there. So Larry says that's your 1,000,000 member goal, a fishing pond. That sounds like we can definitely afford a fishing pond if we have 1,000,000 subscribers. So y'all tell your friends so we can build a fishing pond. So I can do like what Bama Bass did with his big 5-acre pond. Actually, I can't even build that with 1,000,000 people because I bet you that was an over $1,000,000 pond he built. But we'll do something half that size. How about that? Yeah, I can definitely justify that then if we had 1,000,000 people subscribe to us, no doubt about that. So did we add a second Blackstone to the outdoor kitchen at some point? No, second cover. No, I just bought another Blackstone cover because it perfectly goes over a 5-burner cooktop that we have out there, and we want to keep the leaves and dust and bugs off of that cooktop. But it's just like a regular stove range cooktop.
Yeah, anytime we randomly fry stuff, we like to do it out there. So we wanted a cooktop. Yep.
Well, and we'll use that in saute. You use a wok on there, so it ain't just necessarily for frying. We only fry honestly just a few times a year. My stomach does not like fried food. Let's see here. Invite Let's Dig 18 down. Boy, I wish he lived closer. That dude, he does nothing but digs pond. He'd be the perfect guy to have down here. Maybe if we got the channel big enough, he might bring some equipment down here. It would still cost me a lot of money, and then we could do a collaboration. So again, y'all help us grow the channel. Tell all your friends about us. I would love to have him down here. That would be the perfect guy to come dig a pond for me. What are you laughing about? Let me guess something Chris said. It's always Chris.
And a follow-up question.
Oh,
Chris.
goodness gracious. All right, so write this down.
I took a screenshot
Of the mist away system.
Yep,
Awesome.
I took a
We're
screenshot.
thinking the same thing because I think Perry mentioned this like a few live streams ago, and I forgot to look up the mist away system.
We'll look it up.
So
Thank you.
let's do that. That's for sure because we've got plenty of mosquitoes down here. We need to take care of. My stomach is growling. Hopefully that's a hunger growl. Oh no, I'm gonna get Adam talking about some childish stuff. Yeah, that was hunger growl. Weber fans has just got my Popeyes meal and it costs $12. That was the last time I had sticker shock. Here we are talking about high inflation sticker shock again. I hadn't went to a fast food joint in I'm talking it seemed like a few years. And then whenever we went out to Panama City to pick up all that stuff, me and Julian did, which the video we showed, and I went in Hardee's, and the last time I'd went, a value meal, a combo was $5.69, and it was like $13 that day. I was like, what happened? Like literally last time I was eating fast food, a combo was $5 to $6, and now it's $13, which I guess 13 is still cheap in the big scheme of things, but luckily, we ain't doing that. Why are we back talking about fast food again? Boy, look, everybody's dropping off. We're losing people left and right. What a boring live stream tonight right there. Okay. Let's see here. So Barry says, Kathy and I watch you every time a post is made. You can build a bat hotel. Yes, I could. And I have considered that. But again, I got 1,000,001 projects coming up. And some cities have done it as well. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you.
Yes, Happy New Year.
And Miss Kathy. So that is something to consider. So I'll go ahead and let y'all know. I've already got multiple projects lined up over the next many weeks. I've already got supplies in. We're rolling in some really decent sized builds and cool stuff. Once these big builds die down, I do want to start doing some fun little projects like that. I think people will enjoy small projects, big projects, but being creative and building and showing how to use tools and just fun little projects like that more than this day-to-day just same old routine stuff that we do. So that is the plan this year. And that's something I can add to my list that already has about 75 projects on it. And I'm not joking, but I like keeping stuff on that list. So thank you for mentioning that. That is something we could possibly do, especially if we put these other bat houses up and they work. I don't care if we put 100 bat houses across the entire property. If we have these jokers out there eating all these mosquitoes, win-win, I am all for it. Robert says Vegas is what it used to be. They used to comp meals and drinks. That's what I
Oh,
thought they used to
no.
do as well. I thought it used to be really cheap to go out to Vegas. They just wanted you there to gamble. And now they don't. Most of the buffets are closed. That's what disappointed us more than anything. We found out the buffets were closed.
Yeah.
However, I think it's what's it called? The Bacchanal or Bacchanal, the really high-end buffet. We actually are going to be going to that one. I think got to make a reservation and everything.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that one too, even though I'm going to absolutely load myself up and be sick probably. So Glenn says, is it gar you're talking about? Yes, that's the fish I was talking about. Most people think they're
Delicious.
trash fish, kill them, yada, yada, yada. And they're extremely difficult to clean unless you know what you're doing. I've got the tools, got that thing figured out. And let me tell you something, does not smell fishy, tastes wonderful. I'll actually eat a gar over most fish any day of the week. I need to show that again. I
I'm
do.
hungry.
I know. My stomach is now growling again. Okay, let me scroll through here. I see a few of y'all chatting back and forth, which is perfectly fine, but I want to find a question that is for us. So, oh, thanks. Here's Chris's question. So, question, do you still fit in your wetsuit? Asking for a friend. Hey, Chris, is this the same guy, if I scroll back to the top, was talking about being 325 right there and how much he loves his food? You ain't fitting in my wetsuit either, boy. So no, I cannot fit in my wetsuit anymore. I am honestly probably 35 pounds heavier than my wetsuit days, if you know what I mean.
But we are working to get that wetsuit back on
Yeah, we are. Now
after Vegas.
yeah, this weekend was horrible because we had 2 Christmas get-togethers and there was of course food and snacks and stuff everywhere. But we actually did start back into a diet a couple weeks ago.
Exercising.
We've been doing a lot of walking, exercising. I've been intermediate fasting, which I actually kind of enjoy. I'm finding it very easy to do. We've been kind of back on the, what do we call it, ketovore diet, where it's just basically mostly meats, some vegetables.
Yeah, well,
Get
we're
away
not
from
at
sugars
get
and
together.
processed foods and carbs.
Right.
If you can just do those few simple things, well, there's no doubt we're going to lose weight. I mean, I'm already notching up my belt hole one more just after a few weeks of doing this. Again, we kind of fell off the horse this weekend, but I think that's what you're supposed to do for Christmas get-togethers, right? And I'm sure we will in Vegas, but
Yeah, we'll wait till after we get back from Vegas to behave better.
no, we're going to behave this week coming up.
Oh yeah, we
I'm
will.
going right back into my intermediate fasting and all because I really do kind of like the way that makes me feel. So, blown gasket. I don't even want to know what the heck you're talking about.
Your stomach growling.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
There's Adam's. There's Adam's comment. I knew I shouldn't have said what I said. Okay. Any chance of having a huge subscriber party on the property? Probably not, to be perfectly honest with you. We might could do something off property, but to be perfectly honest with you, we love and appreciate all y'all so much. But the world's a bit wild and crazy. You just don't know everybody's intentions.
Y'all know us, but we don't know you.
That's exactly right. And I think people forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
We want to be so hospitable and inviting and all, but probably our private life and property we're going to keep private. I know we share it on, I know we share it on camera and all, but it's just the simple fact that we just live in crazy times. And if you start bringing a whole bunch of people here, you don't know who all you're bringing here. And there's some discomfort in that. So hopefully y'all don't take offense by that. I don't think none of y'all do, and y'all understand. We love everybody. Actually, kind of funny story today. Once we got home from traveling, I had to run up to Tallahassee to pick up something y'all are going to see this week for killer clearance price that I got. And I run into somebody. I picked us up some food, and he may be watching right now. I don't know. I should have got his name, but I'm walking into Texas Roadhouse to grab us some salads, and all I hear is, "Hey!" I'm like, "Hey!" He's like, "Kelly's Country Life." I was like, "Hey, man!" He's like, I watch your shows all the time." I was like, "Oh, that is awesome!" Shook his hand. I love hearing that. We love and appreciate everybody. Then I'm walking out the truck and I hear him driving down the road, hollering out the window. I was like, "That's awesome! Made my day." So we absolutely love and appreciate y'all. But I think our private life we're gonna keep private. Other than we just put it all out on camera. And I laugh all the time at social media and what we do
too. Yeah.
because I'm quite reclusive. I'm an introvert. I'm quite reclusive. I don't like crowds. I don't really like going and hanging out nowhere. I just love working on our property. I love the peace and quiet and the comfort of it. Yet here I am pouring our life out, recording everything and live streaming and chatting with people all the time and getting it out there. And there's literally
It really is crazy.
like 20 million views of our life. But whenever I get out in public, like I'll be in Vegas, I'm just like, I don't really want to be here. So it's just so weird the way this is all worked out. All right, y'all. Looks like we've been yakking an hour.
Yeah.
We still got some sunlight out there, so we're going to go do our typical play fetch with Ruger, run the dogs. I guess we're going to make us a
I'll
little
feed you.
small supper since I'm growling for hunger, not for what Adam was saying. And let's see here. Oh, I'm going to catch one more because I see somebody talking about one of my favorite channels. So any chance of a collab with you and Jimbo's Garage? Problem is Jimbo's Garage, who I love, by the way. Guy working out of his shop, just making creative stuff. He's all the way out in California. I'm over in Florida. No chance of a collab. I don't think that would ever work out. Now, as channels grow and get bigger, eventually I may start doing some traveling and flying around for some collabs. But again, I was being honest when I said I love being at home more than traveling or socializing, but collabs are very good for growing your business and social media channels. And it's some stuff I've seriously got to consider for the future. Love Jimbo's Garage, by the way. Yeah, if y'all don't watch him and you love all the metalwork and building like I do with the gates and all, dude's awesome. And he just does it right out of it's just looks like a 2-car garage that he converted into a metal shop in his home, and he does excellent work. So highly recommend his channel. Oh my goodness, Adam. Adam, really? Thanks for that last minute donation there for gas pills, Adam. Boy, getting old sucks, y'all. You got Tums and
Speaking of
gas
getting
pills.
old, your birthday's coming up.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
I could care less about this upcoming birthday. I don't even want to think about it. Nah, whatever. It's just another day. I don't care. So yes, thank you, Crystal, for bringing that up as we wrap this up. No live stream next weekend. We're traveling. We will get back to our full normal routine after we get back from Vegas. And by the way, if anybody's going to be out at the CES show at Vegas, we're going to be there most of the day on the 9th. If y'all would like to come by, we're going to be at the EcoFlow booth for their big new launch of some products. Excuse me. So come out, shake our hands if you're going to be out there. But thank y'all so much for spending the night with us. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Let's
Happy
all
New
get
Year.
2023 behind us and have some bright 2024 plans. And
Excited for
yeah,
it.
I'm excited too. I'm scared, of course. Who wouldn't be with the current atmosphere of things going on? But I'm also excited. Hey, sometimes in craziness there is opportunity as well. So we're going to try to find some of that this year. So good night. God bless. Enjoy watching the ball drop if y'all are going to step and do that. And Shane. Thank you. Thank you for Beano. I forgot about Beano.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's still
them
around.
old gas pills right there.
It's still around. I'll get you some Beano.
Thank you for the last minute old man Beano pills there for me. Appreciate you, Shane. Golly, thank y'all so much. And we appreciate y'all. Good night. God bless. Keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers. There's a lot of people out there that really need your thoughts and prayers right now, and they do work. Mab's a good example of that on here tonight.
Absolutely.
So we'll catch y'all not next weekend, but the weekend after. Y'all take care. See you.
Good night.